It's like a pizza crunch without the batter. It's like the wood juice without the water. You'll never get the knickers off her. What a fucking chance. Premeditated batter. Premeditated batter.
How we diggity doing, Pats or Ponces? We're having a good Sunday. Mine's fucking fantastic. And I don't even know what I'm doing yet. This is fucking Friday I'm filming this. I've given it away. Give the game away. If I broke the fourth wall, I broke some kind of wall, man. Oh, it's been a beautiful day, man. See, do you know, just love it. I don't know about yous, man. See my routine, man. See working night shift. Jesus, it doesn't half fuck your body clock, does it, man? See, when I finish a night shift, I finish 8 in the morning. I'm usually on my bed for 9. I work 4 on 4 hours, right? So I'll usually get up about 12, 1 o'clock and then just rough it out. So then that way, time it gets to night, I should be able to get back into a good sleeping routine. But see, after doing night shift for a few months, your body kind of gets, I don't know, it kind of gets set in its ways, doesn't it, man? So, like for instance, that first night, I'll sleep through to the next morning. It'll be a broken sleep, I'll wake up here and there. But see, the next night, man, I can see me go to sleep at like 9, 10 o'clock, shattered, and waking up at like 2 in the morning. No way to get back to sleep. That's brutal, man. But the day, for instance, I went to sleep about the back of 9, 10 o'clock, and fucking, I went to sleep, woke up 2-ish, 3-ish, fell back asleep, woke up about 4:45, and I was like, just lying in bed, man, and I go to like 4:30, I was like, alright, I better just get up then. So I just got up, bounced into the gym at 6, man. Smashed a workout. Beasted it. Fucking beasted it, man. Dynamite wee shoulder workout. Jumped on that assault bike. That doesn't half separate the fucking men for the boys, does it? Woo! Fucking hell. That makes champions out of chickens, that thing. But came back up the road at 8:30 in the morning and I'd got the gym out the way. See, I love going to the gym. I love the feeling it gives me. I love the mental accomplishment you've got, just going like, I've been to the gym today, you feel relaxed. I feel like going to the gym is the hardest thing you can do in your day, me personally, because I'm a fucking savage. But it's good to get it out of the way then, you've got your day ahead of you, man. See, when you're working night shift, I'm waking up at like 2, 3 o'clock, starting at 8 at night, then in between I'm trying to go down to the gym, get a workout in. Time you get you're running about like a blue arse fly. But with this, I'm able to sit down and talk to you. So today, got a nice wee busy day ahead of myself. At 1 o'clock, I'm going to the studio, I'm going to rehearse. I've got Sweet Rogue's Talk of the Town's gig. Sweet Rogue in EA, should I say. Sorry, edit. That is in Edinburgh at the Hive. I don't know where the Hive is, but it's in fucking Edinburgh. But you can check it out if you want to come along and see us. That is the 20th of January in Edinburgh at the Hive. I'll be performing. I'll be doing a wee set. You've got Sweet Rogue there. You've got Snow. You've got 6-3, you've got a couple of other cunts. I kind of reel off the top in my head. But also on the subject of gigs, who's got a ticket for my gig on the 3rd of March 2023 in Room 2, my headline show? It's been a long time coming and it's here. Well, it'll be here in 2 months. £10 a ticket. Who is coming? You've got me, you've got Reggie, you've got AJ47, you've got Eugene, you've got Sweet Rogue, wee James and Miller, we bulging. That's a right tasty lineup. You know what I mean? No get that at a soup kitchen, that lineup, man. That is some premier grub for £10 a ticket. You can't whack it. You could try, but you might end up getting whacked back. So that is a Friday. And I made it at the start of the month, start of March, because I didn't know what I did January, because I learned my lesson with doing shows in January, every cunt skint and scunnered. February, you're kind of still a wee bit one foot in the grave with it. Get into March, you're like, alright, where's the parties? So first week in March, 3rd of March, it's a Friday, man. You have no excuses. You can get the tickets on schedule. It's Poetic Profanity. Poetic Profanity. That is just absolute patter for me. You can get them on schedule. Or you can get in touch with me. You can get a paper ticket and a meet and greet with the man himself, Hawaii Fivo. Egotistical, I am not. Honest, I am. But recently life's been going good. Yesterday I passed my theory test. fucking buzzing. More so to the fact that I only started fucking revising it like a couple of days before it. But I was ready to do my theory, see, but I was doing my lessons back in like 2020, then the fucking lockdown happened. I literally had my theory like the week after the lockdown got announced, so that get flung in the back burner. I was test ready. I did then my lessons, I kept getting lessons in, they get fucking cancelled because of the guidelines in, I was getting them back in, and I end up not working, getting to jail, so it all get flung in the back burner. So I just went like that, no what, right, 2023, new year, new me, fucking here we go, I'm getting my driving licence. More for the fact that public transport is a fucking pure bollock. Like, I get the subway, right, and it's like, I used to say the subway, you don't get any dramas in the subway compared to the buses. But it's starting to give you dramas, man. You go on a bus, you're waiting, buses don't turn up, or if they turn up early, they turn up late, you always seem to fucking miss it. Then they turn up, man, and you get cunts arguing with the drivers, cunts caught in traffic, all that shit that comes with it. With subways, you just get on, something like that. Every cunt looks depressed in the subway, have you noticed that? Every cunt in the subway looks fucking depressed. Point me out a happy cunt that is sober. The only happy cunts you see in the subways are the cunts doing the subcrawls. And they're a fucking pain in the ass. See, if you do a subcrawl in the subway, you're gonna just shut the fuck up for fucking one stop. Please! Please, it's a small Smarties tube with people that are got to work and shit like that. We can't be arsed listening to you. Unless you recognise me and you want a photo, then I make all the noise you want. No, I mean, my ego needs boosting. Just they cunts that don't recognise me, or if they don't massage my ego, fucking shut the fuck up, Gony. Gina's all a sore head like this, man. A fucking oil drum, fucking water bottle. I feel like I'd be that thing, man. But aye, so I passed my theory, man, fucking buzzing, so I'll be on the road soon, because I can drive. I can drive, mate. I've just not got a licence, so it's just a case of doing my lessons, getting the dusty daff, should I say. And then I'll be scooting about. So with the subways, you've got strikes and all that shit's going on now, and you're going down and it's shut. Why is it shut? Don't know. It's just shut. It's like you're fucking on a train underground that goes in a circle, and you're getting caught at red lights. What? Is there fucking some cunt crossing the line or something, mate? Is there a dog on the line or a rat? I can fucking move this fucking train, a fucking red light your ass. So, I'm not as well to go. And plus as well, man, see when, I don't know if you can picture, see if you've got to do a podcast somewhere, see carrying all this equipment, it's a weight in the shoulders. Literally. I'm cutting about with a gym bag, though. I mean, it's fucking heavy. And see, if I'm travelling to do a podcast, I'm not usually travelling to Glasgow, because I would just get the cunt to come here. So it's got to like Edinburgh, out with Glasgow. See, fucking carting that in public transport is a fucking nightmare. See if I had a wee boot, just flinging about and drive. So that'll be me, flinging shit in a boot and driving. Sounded very suspect, that, didn't it? But apart from that, I've been off the booze 6 months, booze and gear. I've been off it 6 months. The longest I've ever been off, something like that, without being in the jail. It's madness to actually think. The longest I've been off like booze since I started drinking, if you exclude being in the jail. I started drinking when I was about maybe, I say 15 maybe. 14 I tried a fucking drinking for the first time. It was a 2 litre Pulse, I can remember it, but I can't remember it. Just blackout, whitey and all that shit. I was like, I don't like that. Never done it for fucking ages after it. Then I ended up doing it again. And that's where I kind of started on the old tonic, yeah. So, since then, the longest I've been off it. Fucking been in the fucking nick. So, I'm proud of it, man. It was a kind of surprise, and I was like, see that way, I've not really been counting it. Because I've been back in recovery. I'm doing a 12-step programme. So I want to get off all the fucking madness. I'm literally off everything. I don't even take multivitamins in the morning. All the mushrooms and all that, they're gone, long gone. And it's good, man. See, fucking get up and fucking swallowing. Even if it's fucking like supplements and shit like that, it's just fucking, it's good just to be fucking operating off your own brain capacity, you know what I mean, without having some kind of, you know what I mean, extra substance added into it. So it's I suppose, because the attempt is to regain control, regain power. And I suppose if you start benefiting from, I don't know, if you start feeling like you're doing well, you're functioning well and all that, if you're taking a supplement alongside that, then you're going to credit the supplement to a degree, aren't you? Or maybe you'll delude yourself with going like, this is happening because of this. So that allows you to rebuild your confidence. Because as I say, man, it's like, since I started drinking, this song's been after booze, but in the past, since I done a recall in Berlin 2016, it's the longest I've probably went without having a drug in my system. Seriously, man, like, I would say the longest I went before then was like a week, tops, even a couple of days in between the weekend and the end of my bender. But you can consider smoking green every day, you know, then sniffing gear every day. It's fucking... Think about it, the brain needs a break after a while. Shoot, like, these substances are meant to be like getting ingested every fucking day. It's just madness, and it goes back to that insanity, because you lose your fucking mind to it. But it seems so normalised that, see, I had to actually sit and think about it. Like, it's so normal to be like on a drug every day in this society, or maybe in our communities. Obviously, because there's demographics, there's groups that stay in Glasgow that have never took a drug in their life. They don't know anybody that sells drugs. They don't know anybody that takes it. A drug dealer to them is this fucking big, bad, scarred fucking gangster. They don't realise what we're fucking pals with. A lot of cunts that punt, you know what I mean, that aren't bad people, as much people would like to say, you know what I mean? I'm not saying drugs are good, but cunts are trying to get by. Obviously, that's the route some people want to go down. I've been doing that route myself, so I'm not going to judge anything, you know what I mean? But, it's end of the day, you make that choice, that's the path you take. I'm not here to tell anybody otherwise. We're on our own journey, so I'm not one to judge. But it's the normality of the society we live in, like drugs, man. It's just, even the fucking, not just talk about the illegal ones, like, you go into the doctors, with any form of ailment, like an NHS GP surgery, 9 times out of 10 you're walking out with a prescription. It's like, they're doctors to this day, they're not really treating like fucking medical conditions to the degree, they're pretty much legalised drug dealers. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, that's just all they know. That's just what they've been trained. Like, if you diagnose this, then you treat it with this. Let's see a lot of like issues people suffer from. Let's see diet, exercise, fucking stop eating processed shite food. That's a big problem with how a lot of people's fucking physicality suffer. And like, I can attest to that, man. See, I've been eating, I got a bit lazy, see, our Christmas period and that, as we all did. Eating shite, man. Oh, fuck it, it's Christmas. Like, fucking, I was just eating shit. And see, when you fall into a habit of eating shit, it becomes a pure effort to cook like, whole food. And I like cooking, but you just become lazy because you're not getting any nutrition for all this shite. It's just not giving you any energy. You're feeling shite, lethargic, man. So I was making a lot of, let's see, oven food. See, like your fucking, I was making it in the air fryer right enough, but it's that fucking easy made. Fling in the fucking air fryer and you don't need to worry about it until the thing pings. I was eating a lot of that, man, but see what I was noticing, fucking hell, see my joints and all that, because it's full of all that fucking rapeseed oil or fucking sunflower oil, all that shit, man. It's pure bad for your joints. It pure creates inflammation in the body. I was waking up because I've had some back issues. I better fucking adjust my posture, man, fucking on the subject of that. Lying like a broken surfboard. But, so I noticed, like, I done my lower back in a while ago, and it's one of the things I realise it flares up. See, if I'm eating shite, I wake up in the morning like, oh, you fucking cunt, you. And I'll feel like a wee twing. See, if I go to the gym, I'm no careful, man, I can end up fucking putting myself out. But see, if I eat alright, no issues with it whatsoever. My shoulder and all. You know what I mean? I haven't got a gym for about 15 years on and a half. I would like to say I've been doing it correctly for that time, the times I've been gone, but I've known for the last part of it, I was lifting my ego. You know what it's like, anybody that goes to the gym, you go in, you're trying to lift the biggest weights. Obviously, I started getting really into the gym in the jail, and in the jail, and like Parliament especially, a lot of people, it becomes like a kind of ego competition in that sense, who can bench the most, like who can lift the most dumbbells. It's not about correct form, correct technique hasn't got a fucking look in. With the majority of people, you go down to like a gym in Parliament, even Berlin as well, or any fucking jail, where you see people lifting with their ego, you're seeing they're doing the bench press and their fucking hips are higher than their head. That way looks fucking like shit. Like it's like an acrobatic stunt, man. But that shit, it fucks you up. And they're doing that with the bar, see that shit with the one arm up. I've done it myself. I've not done the bent back thing. I couldn't even do that if I fucking tried. But I've done the thing with the bar. But I used to go in and fling 100 kilo on a bench and just lift it without any warm up and that kind of thing. And I don't get me wrong, I started learning to warm up during that time, and I noticed the difference in how my body would feel, my body would react to the workout. I was able to I don't know, it was like oil in the joints. Know what I mean? See if you've got like a chain or something, you fling a bit of oil in the chain and the chain's a lot more smoother. That's how it felt, man. But these are the kind of things that fuck you. So I can't remember how I ended up going on to that fucking point, you know that? So doing that, and plus I've been taking steroids and that. I've took steroids in the past, I've not took them in a while, right enough. But that was another thing. I do things to the fucking extreme. Like, there is no in between. It's either go hard or go homeless. So, like, I was taking steroids. I remember I had D-balls, right? I was in the jail at this point. First time I took them, I was 19. And I ended up, I'm not going to go into the story yet. Let's just say I ended up acquiring a couple of 100 D-balls in my possession. And at the time, I was gubbing like 15 a day. So the like 10 milligram D-balls, you only need like 5 as a high dose a day. I was gubbing 15, but I was fucking fried with it. So I would gobble at 15, right? Then 10 minutes later, I'd do a shite. And I'd be like, shit, I've just shat all of them out. So I'd gub another 15 in the wanna. So at this point, when I was in the jail, I'll get a bit more depth. I was at an outside work party. I was working outside during this time. And I remember coming back and I developed this mad cough. It was like it was like I was fucking dying for a breath. But it was during the time that whooping cough was going about. If anybody remembers the whooping cough in 2012, it was a mad infectious cough. It was basically the fucking start of the virus fucking propaganda the papers pushed. Oh, fucking panic, the whooping cough's going about, we're all fucked. Tell you something, just on that subject, you're only fucked if you listen to the media. But anyway, so the whooping cough was going about, and I remember getting back to the jail, and I had this cough, and they literally, the screws and that, were trying to pure lock me down and that, because they thought I'd brought back the whooping cough. Had to go and see like the doctor in the jail and that, before I could get back out and shit like that. So I've always done things to the extreme. So I remember at one stage, because see, anybody that's not familiar with how steroids work, they make your muscles grow in conjunction with going to the gym. You just take steroids and sit in your ass. Fuck all's going to happen. You go to the gym, it accelerates muscle growth, but your tendons, which connects the muscle to the bone, they don't grow in line with the muscle. So when your muscles are getting bigger, the weights you're lifting are getting bigger, but your tendons aren't getting stronger in line with being able to handle that pressure, that weight. So you put yourself at a much higher risk of injury. And I done that. I was going down and I was smashing like 130 key, like fucking, I was about 19, nearly 20. 130 key, doing it for reps and shit like that. Lifting with the ego, going down like that, slapping the disc on it, see the big rubber, like, boof, boof, like making sure every cunt's fucking looking. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And fucking, but eventually, I ended up getting removed for this outside work party, and it was like a preparation for release kind of thing. I was out like the following year. This was like summer 2012. I was out the following March, so I ended up getting taken off it. I'm not going to go into reasons why. There was allegations made, the allegations were unfounded. But there was allegations made that I was up to no good and fucking, let's say, flooding the place. Let's just leave it at that. That was the allegations. So obviously I refuted the allegations, but my refutal of these allegations was not sufficient enough to keep me outside. So they took me off it. They just packed us in, go, you're out in 6 months. You can fucking wait, mate. So that was me off everything. So I didn't have access to steroids or anything like that. So gradually my strength started to decline. And I felt it. But the ego was like, no, I'm doing 130 for reps. This isn't happening. I'm sticking to that. So I was just trying to push through it and all that. And then I started to feel my shoulder going. And I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. Bump. I ended up fucking my shoulder. Shoulder ended up fucked. I can't remember what I done. I don't know if I strained a muscle. I don't think I tore a muscle. I don't think it was a muscle. I think it was a joint or a tendon. I think I done a tendon in it. And for a few weeks, I was out the gym and I lost a lot of my size. And this was near the end of my sentence. So the reason why I started pure hammering the gym in the jail, right? And I think a lot of people done it. I get 4.5 years and I was just turned 18. So I had 3 years. I went in at 17 and I was like, right, I'm getting out when I'm 20. At this point, I was eating a lot of shite and all that, kind of sweeties, juice. I was like, if I keep this going, I'm going to go out this sentence a big, fat, fucking horrible looking bastard. I was like, know what? Fuck it. I'm going to fucking pace the gym. I'm going to get out a sidewalk cracking motherfucker. I'm going to get out huge. And I think a lot of people get that because I realised, I used to always think I had a pure negative mindset, right? But I realised at this point, when I look back at that, I'm like, well, that was quite a positive spin on things. Like, you could have let your sentence get you down. Fucking whinged about it. Oh, you went like that. No, what? There's no much I can do in this time. So I'm going to dedicate my time to doing something. So when I get to this stage, I'm going to have something to show for it. I'm not getting out. You know what I mean? And that's the way I've seen it. If I get out solid, then I've gained something for it. So I did. I got to a fucking big size. I got to fucking huge. Obviously, because I've got a big frame, got good genetics now. And I fucking pounded the gym. I think it's as well. It helped discipline me with the gym in there because in there, all you've got is the gym. It's your only vice. And the gym's great for dealing with anxiety, dealing with stress, dealing with your anger issues and that. And in there, you've got a lot of anxiety. You've got a lot of stress. You've got a lot of anger issues. It's just, you're in some place, it's like, don't let anybody fucking kid you. It's shite being in the jail. If you like being in the jail, you're a fucking roaster. Know what I mean? My life outside is better than being in the jail. Know what I mean? If you enjoy jail better than you'll enjoy life outside, then that is a big problem for you. I like to say live and let live, but I refuse to understand that. Unless you're going back to, if you're one of the people, if you go back outside, you're just going to end up back in jail, so you'd rather be in the jail and miss that out. But that's a different story anyway. So, in terms of that, it's like in the jail as well, it's like you only get the gym so many certain days, like maybe a Tuesday and a Thursday. In Pullman, you did anyway. I was lucky enough, I was able to get it up to 4 times a week. Because you get, like, there was a thing called the weights club and the circuit club, where basically if you were going to the gym regularly and you go on with the PTIs, which is the screws that work in the gym, they were actually an alright bunch. So they would get you on like the extra sessions, so that was more a kind of privileged class. So eventually I was getting to a point I was getting it 4 times a week, man. But I see on like the Tuesday and Thursdays, this is the hall I was in, it was called Iona 3. It was basically the long-term prisoner hall, LTP hall, in case you're hearing the saying the word LTP. So when I was up there, it was like, that hall was getting it, like a Tuesday and a Thursday was the main sessions. And the way they worked it, right, so there's 2 sides. You walk into Iona and you've got a desk here and you've got 2 wings as such. You've got the east side and the west side. There's about 40 rooms in each side. There's some doubles, but the majority of them are single cells. There's some doubles. So say there's about 100 people, 50 people on each side. The way the gym worked it, they could only take 28 at a time, and that was 14 for each side. Right? So, the way they worked it, say, like, I don't know, the east side went from number 1 to 45, the cells. This is just me just fucking flinging some numbers out there, know what I mean? So, say, like one day it would start at 1 and it would finish at 23. Some people would go, some people wouldn't go. So say the guy in 1 was the first person to go and the guy in 23 was the last person to go, and in between that they go to their fucking 14 or whatever. So the next time the gym came around, which would be the Thursday as such, it would start at like 23 and then work its right back round. So it would start at 23, then whoever went, the last person to go to get it, the number would start after their door. And it would work the same on our side. So sometimes it would work out, if there was a lot of people go to the gym, you wouldn't get to go because your number fell outside the marker. So when that happened, that's a fucking pain in the arse. Because I've got FOMO, fear of missing out. I fucking hate to get left out of things because I developed a victim complex in the majority of my life, and I still kind of harbour a wee bit of it. Although I'm aware of it, I'm honest about it, and I make I give serious consideration into trying to address it. But at that time it was fucking very, very strong. So when I wouldn't get to go to the gym and I'd hear other cunts go, I'd be like, fucking pricks and all that, and it would fuel your anger. So you weren't always guaranteed at the 4 times a week, so it was quite scattered at times. So you imagine, like, if you'd got to the gym outside here, you don't realise how good you've got it, where you can actually just go up and go to a gym. No many people, and I'm not trying to fucking play a sympathy card here, you're in the fucking jail, that's part of the punishment, you lose your free choice. But no many people have experienced wanting to go to the gym, getting off psyched up because you're like, yes, I've got the gym today, because it's the only thing you've got going for you. You're like, yes, I've got the fucking gym today, man, buzzing, man, you're getting all like, yeah, fucking big fucking hard on and all that, full of the testosterone, and you don't get it. And that's the thing as well, with that added to, when you were an Iona free, you only got a shower, well, you did get a shower every day, so you would only get rec every 2 days. So, rec is recreation, you would get opened up, you'd play pool, get a shot of the phone, there's a wee mini gym in the hall, but it wasn't great, it's a wee multi-gym. Shit like that, association, there's many different fucking words people use it, and Scottish Steels, they call it rec. You would only get that every second day, but that's where you would get your shower. Iona free was decent because, see, in the days you didn't have rec, they would open you for a shower, whereas other halls wouldn't. Nothing to talk about. In fact, saying that, am I full of shite? I don't know if they did give you a shower. See, I kind of get mixed up because I know the kind of newer halls, like under 18s hall, Blair House, you have a shower built into your, inside your cell. It was shite, but you think, yes, I've got a shower in my cell, this is the under 18s hall. That's where I went before I went out in a free before I get sentenced. But the thing is, see, employment is such, right? So see, to operate like the tap system, it's a button. You press a button and the tap starts running. But because people would flood their cell, you only had 3 presses at it. You would get 1, it would run for a period of time, 2, and on the 3rd press it would cut off for like 15 minutes in case you try to flood your cell. But you'd go into some cells where you would press like the water tap and it would run for like a good 20 seconds. And you would get some that would run for like 5 seconds. It was just inconsistent. So in Blair House, the showers were the exact same. So you would press the button, it would shower down on you for like, I don't know, 20 seconds or something, maybe. Fucking more or less. Cut off, another hit, and it cut off completely for like a bit of half hour, about 20 minutes or something. But there was times, I like a shower, and you come back, you get a shower and that, you fucking forget you're in the shower. So I remember times in fucking Blair House, I would be in a shower, and I would get washed and that, and I'd fucking scrub my face, see that way you can't see fuck all, and I'd press the button, and the fucking water had cut off, and I'm like, ah, fuck, in the buff, and I'm like, ah, fuck. You need to walk out into your cell, in the scud, dripping wet, blind as a fucking bat, and then go and hit the sink and wash your fucking face in the sink. So it wasn't what it was cracked up to be with the showers, but in the other halls, Iona, that was the oldest hall in Pullman at the time, along with the rules, a lot of them. So see if you didn't have rec, because you get rec every second night, if you didn't have rec, you wouldn't get a shower. So you only get a shower every 2 days. So I'm right about that. They never opened you up for a shower on the days you never had it. So that was the thing as well. If you had the gym, on a day you didn't have rec, you were able to get a shower that day. So that was another thing. So if you didn't get the gym and you didn't have rec, you were sitting, no had a shower and you didn't get the gym. So that added, you felt manky and you were fucking frustrated. So and plus as well, see if you didn't have a work party, which was basically a job, you would just spend your full day in the cell, days like that, man. And I'm not trying to sit and fucking make out a moan or anything like that. I respect the fact you've committed a crime, you're in the jail, you're getting punished. Deservedly so, in the majority of cases. In my case, deservedly so. So it helps you develop a good routine. See, before I was ever in the jail or anything like that, man, I was a waste of space. I done nothing, man. You might have seen my bedroom. My bedroom was a fucking tip. I lived for the weekend. I felt as if I didn't get experience going out and fucking staying out. It's, you know that way, it's like, I'm saying that, when you turn 16, I'm sure we've all done it, you're like, I've turned 16, I'm an adult, it's your mum and dad, or whoever your guardian was at the time, I can do whatever the fuck I want, and you can't say nothing about it. So that's when you kind of start feeling as if you can spread your wings, you're going out, you're staying out forever how long you want, nobody can say nothing to you, just do what you want, man. And it's good at the time, but it's like, at that stage I'd left school and I was just living for the weekend, man, so my life was gone nowhere. There was no fucking positive trajectory for my life. So in many ways the jail done so much for me, in that it installed a discipline myself where I got up for work, I went to work, I kept my room clean and tidy, I went to the gym, I got in a routine with the gym, man, because I'm quite a neat person. I had OCD really, really bad. All my life I always had OCD, like to the point where I'd need to touch a bit of wood 3 times and all that shit. I would walk by, you ever walk by a hedge and you pick a leaf and you fold it? You know what I'm talking about? See the green leaf hedges? You walk by and you pick one and it's like, it's just made to be folded. I would do that, right? I would walk by, I'd need to walk by 3 separate hedges and pick a leaf. The hedge couldn't be connected to a hedge, so it'd have to be 3 separate hedges. That's shit, and I would need to do it to go on with my day. If I never done it, I'd get pure anxiety. I can't remember where it started, but I just always seemed to have this kind of thing, and it always had to be in 3s and all that shit, man. So, that did kind of, when I was in the nick, I was fucking, my room was like a museum. That's what countries say, your gaff's like a fucking museum. You know what I mean? Because everything was set in a set place. Like, it couldn't be moved a fucking millimetre out of joint or I'd lose my shit. And I was quite like that up to a good few years ago, man. Just everything had to be pure regimented and that. And I don't know why, is it peace of mind it was giving me? But it wasn't really giving me peace of mind, because if anything get touched, I couldn't deal with it sitting out. It's not as if I could move it and I'll put it back later. I had to go back like ASAP. I couldn't fucking fuck about. So, so with that coupled, that kind of, know what I mean, with that installed, that kind of helped me install a kind of clean work ethic. And don't get me wrong, I've managed to kind of detach myself from that in recent years. So, like, if you come into my house now, it's not going to look neat and tidy. It's not a mess, because I do kind of maintain it, but it's not to the point where it's OCD. When you see I get had OCD if you walked into my house now. And I like that, because it's me, it's a relaxed version of myself, you know what I mean? I like to just put something down and not have to worry about where I put it. I would need to, this was another thing, see on a table, I could only have 3 items on one table. I couldn't have 4, I couldn't have 2, it had to be 3. If I had to put any more, I'd put one in the flare. That's the shit I would do. And it was just, it was this kind of fucking mad fear, this anxiety, like if I don't do this, something bad's going to go down. Then I'd have times I'd be like, I'm going to stop this is a lot of shite, and I'd stop it, then say if something did, I say bad happened, something didn't go my way, I'd be like, that's because I never done that. My head was wasted, know what I mean? So in the jail, I did develop a lot of healthy habits, like, don't get me wrong, it didn't perfect me as a person, but it helped me. I matured in there a lot. I was a bit of a fucking headbanger when I went in, and when I came out, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say I'd absolved myself of being a total fuckwit, but I'd matured a lot, I'd learned a lot, and because you meet other people, see if you're kicking about with the people that's in your scheme, you're only learning half them. And see, I hung about a place called Penny Lane, it's quite a wee fucking niche it's out the road to every cunt else, so it's only the people, you know what I mean? It's not really fucking, like, if you go down to Govan, it's joined on to like fucking different bits of Govan, or if you go to Maryhill, you've got different settlements and all that shit, you meet different people. This was just as one wee sect, and people very, very rarely travelled out with that. So it gave me a chance to meet other people from all of Scotland, England even. One of the first people I was dubbed up with, and I own a free, just got my sentence. I got 4.5 years and I was up. I own a free like a week later, and I got dubbed up with this guy for Luton. Luke Rowe, his name was. Fucking diamond, that guy, really nice guy. Fucking, at the time I was like, this cunt's a pain in the arse. Because I was a pain in the arse, I'll admit that. I just hated being dubbed up with somebody, because I'd spent 5 months in a single cell with a shower and that, and I just get fucked up to this hall with 4.5 years up my arse, and I'm dubbed up with this English guy. So I was like, this is fucking, no, don't get me wrong, I wasn't gutted or nothing. I kind of accepted what I was going to get. I kind of accepted it, but I was just there and I was like, fucking hell, man. It's just dying. I just see cunts farting and all that. See, when you're, it's one thing, right? I've never lived with anybody, like a friend or anything. I've lived with my mom, lived with my dad. See, if you stay with somebody in a house, you can avoid that cunt. You can go to walk. You can sit in your room. They can sit in the living room, vice versa. You don't really need to engage with them if you don't want to. If you're dubbed up with a cunt in the jail, you can't get away from them. Like, imagine being in a bedroom, like this spare room, not even the size of this, a small fucking room, like the size of like your kitchen or something. And you've got a double bed, you've got a telly, and you've got a toilet with a wee fucking partition in it, and another cunt. You're listening to this cunt farting, they're coughing, they're sneezing, you're smelling his shites. You know what I mean? You're hearing them shite, you're hearing them pish. You've got one telly between the two of you, so sometimes you need to watch his shite and all that, and he puts crap on the telly and he's laughing at things and your last being funny, and it's fucking annoying. I mean, I've fucking never liked having co-pilots, man. It's just, I just like my own space. I've always had my own space all my life, so it was right out of my comfort zone. So I was dubbed up with him, man, but as time went on, we ended up getting split apart. He get put in a single cell and I get dubbed up with an hard boy. And then as time went on, I was like, I know what, he's actually a heavy brand new cunt. I was like, this cunt's a banger at first. And I was like, as time went on, I class him as a pal. He's a good cunt. So if you're watching this, look, shout out to the Luton boys. But as time went on, I ended up getting my own single cell and that kind of thing. And see, once you get your own single cell, you can kind of relax. I don't know, it's like some people can get dubbed up with people, some people prefer it, some people want somebody to talk to. I don't, I'm happy to sit. I talk to myself, I give myself a good conversation, I don't need anyone else involved in that. So it was, as soon as I get a single cell, that's when you can kind of decorate your room, and it sounds mental, Eric, it's no been in a jail. You end up getting like coloured lynxes. I remember talking to somebody, but I think it was Danny Kelly, my last podcast, check it out if you've not watched that. People talk about coloured lynxes, so see you get a lynx, this is fucking how fucking petty it almost is, know what I mean? Like the shit you take for granted. So back you used to get coloured lynxes, you would get a fucking blue lynx, all these different coloured lynxes. People would collect them. And they would put them up on their shelf. And that was a mark of how good your room looked. That was like a decoration. You wouldn't use it to shower with. God hell, nah, would you fuck? You would just stick it up like on the hangway, and people would sell them. I remember, but I got into a pure hangway. I was buying them. I was buying like a fucking, I remember buying an orange lynx off some cunt for like 12 quid. That's because I just wanted shit in my room, because my room was bare when I first started, you know what I mean? So I was just buying daft shit. And it was fucking, I remember, and you get mad fucking colours, like you get a snake peel, that was like the go-to one, like naked, it was pure rare. I'd never seen any of these lynxes in my life. But you couldn't buy them at Asda, they just appeared in the jail. I think they get made for the jail, seriously. But there we go, you get cunts at your door, how much you selling that snake peel for, no, cunts try to buy it, half you cunts bumping it, no, there's no bumping that off me, but cunts would steal cunts shower gels. That's the kind of world you were in. And fucking magic trees, I know, they used to sell magic trees, right, in the canteen. Obviously, like a magic tree, an air freshener you'd put up in your motor, it would make the motor smell nice. So you used to get them for yourself, and you could put it up, because you're not allowed to like fucking air freshener, you can't spray nothing, in case you start a fire. So I remember people used to get the magic trees and use them as a decoration. So you would do designs like of all these different magic trees on your fucking wall and shit. And I remember some cunt giving me, because it was like, it would take time. You could only buy one magic tree a week. You get a canteen every week, but you could only buy one magic tree because it was like a stock issue. Because you think how many people are in the jail? It's well over 1,000. So, you know what I mean? If I think of the amount of magic trees you need to buy in just to fucking suit everybody once. So imagine people can buy as many as they want, so like one at a time. And I remember somebody gave me all their old magic trees, so these magic trees didn't even have a smell to them. Some of them looked fucking, they were pure dark, you know, as if some could have been burning them. I was like, fuck it, right up in the wall with decoration, because it gives it that homely feel to it. Because it's a bare wall, and you seen a cell, it's just bare walls, man. And I say it's bare walls, most of them are fucking mentioned to fuck. Oh, I mean, fucking scrapings. Don't get me wrong, see, when you go into the remand halls, it's a bit, your lass is manky, man, but there's a story to be told in the walls, because you're seeing, like, especially in like Iona Free, because that's a hall where, like, at the time, it was all like lifers, it was all cunts doing the long sentences went up there, so you would see cunts for like 2008, it was like, it would tell a story, some of them was, man. But, I see with the magic trees, so you'd end up making mad decorations and it was. But at one point, I remember the screws came in like that, right? They've deemed the magic trees a fire hazard, so they're taking them all down. Took every cunt's magic trees off them, took them off the canteen. But apparently I heard some cunt was burning the magic tree and buzzing it. And that's why they took them off, so fuck knows, man. But at the end of the day, they took their magic trees off us. We were gutted, man. But, I see some of the shit you would decorate with, man. You get posters, it's fucking mostly. You go in to see it's the typical jail poster. You ever seen that black and white poster? And it's all the rappers. You've got like Tupac, Biggie, you've got fucking Eminem, Dr. Dre. It's the black and white, it's like a cartoon poster. See, I swear to God, man, they must have been honing them out at reception when cunts were getting to jail, man, because fucking every cunt and their granny had them. Bob Marley posters and all the same shite. And you get a good poster and cunts be able to buy it after you. It was a mad wee fucking thing. But when you're in there, it's everything. Because that's what you need to kind of tune your mind to that kind of thing. See, when you're in the jail, it's like, see, right now, your life as you know it, your immediate circle, your family, your friends, everything that's important to you, that's what's going on in the world and all that shit, that's your reality. When you're in there, it's a different form of reality, because see, outside, nothing matters, because it doesn't affect you. Don't get me wrong, obviously, if something tragic happens to your family or happens to your friend or some kind of life event, but outside of that, man, like, people living their day-to-day lives, it's you're not a part of that. You know what I mean? You're basically, you could be on a colony in Mars for as civilization's concerned, because in the jail, it's its own wee reality. You know, the jail gossip, you know, the bulge, he was fighting with him the other day and all that, and, do you see that fucking Screws done this and all that? It's all the wee jail gossip, and it's own wee community kind of thing, so that becomes all you know. And that's the thing, see, when you're doing a sentence, you need to kind of get yourself in that mindset, like, nothing outside matters. You need to just transport you can't have one part of your head outside and your body in there, know what I mean? Some people, they do that, their body's in jail, but their head's outside. And that's no a way to do it, because your sentence will drag, it will be brutal, especially if you've got a missus. I was very, very, very fortunate that I wasn't saying that. When I first got my sentence, I was under the impression I was in a relationship, but it was a lot of shite. So I was lucky that the bird cut off contact. No, long after I started, I didn't get a fuck at the time. I had more pressing matters to deal with. But you get some people that they've got birds and that in there, and their heads are just doing triple overtime, man. You see them, they're on the phone every chance they get, phoning and fuck she out, man, oh, she was out with this guy, oh, she was getting mad with it last night, fucking cow, and all, what? Shit like that, because it's all you've got to think about is what's going on outside, and see that, oh, I pity the man. I pity the person that does it. But at one point, see, as I talk about, I was at my outside work party. I was working at the Falkirk Stadium. So that was near the end of my sentence. I'm jumping forward here, but there was a lassie that was working at the stadium, and I ended up kind of getting into all that kind of stuff, man. Know what I mean? The two as well. I don't really know what her intentions were, because apparently a guy I was working with, I was going out to there every day, then coming back to the jail. So she apparently used to see a guy that was like working there, and I worked alongside him. He was a brand new cunt, his name was Jamie. But But she used to see him before, but they'd stopped seeing each other, whatever the fuck, because I knew about it, because I knew people that worked there before me for the jail. And she started kind of battering into us, but I was quite big, I was hench, you know, that kind of thing. So I don't really know what her intentions were, whether she was into us or she was just trying to get that cunt jealous, like this big cunt for the jail and about him and all that. But I'd been in the jail for 2.5 years at this point. I hadn't fucking had a sniff of a bird that wasn't a fucking screw, and you know what I mean? Don't get wrong, a wee sniff of a fucking bird that's a screw is alright, man, but actually a bird that's getting into, you know, that kind of stuff, it was fucking, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I never shagged her or nothing, but it was like fucking, see, after 2.5 years, I fucking winching a bird, man. It was bliss. Honestly, God, man. But it was, I don't know if I'm a mad obsessive personality or something like that, man. See, when you start to fancy a bird, I don't know about you, but I just can't get it out of my fucking head. It's such a distraction. It's just that way, and I think fucking a lot is like kind of similar way with that. So I was getting back to the jail with this, know what I mean? But I was lucky that I was seeing her most days, because I was going back to work at the Falkirk Stadium, so I would see her every day, something like, how you doing? And that kind of thing. But I was only working there at the Falkirk Stadium for 5 weeks, and then I get taken off it. So when I get taken off it, I couldn't see her again. Pardon me. And I was like, what, man? And I was pure gutted. And see, at that point, that's when I was like, this sentence is kind of brutal. As obviously my head was outside. So I actually had a copy of her number. That she'd given us her number when I was out there. And I phoned her for the jail and that. Couldn't get a hold of her at first, and I got a hold of her and she was chatting and all that kind of shit. And I don't know if she was maybe kind of like, what the fuck? And fucking, I was phoning her all the time, pure like that, heavy battering into her. But I was pure head of her heels, you know what I mean? It's the first kind of lassie I'd been in, had any form of like fucking contact with in like fucking 2.5 years, you know what I mean? So I was a lot further than she was, you know what I mean? So I think after a while, I was trying to get her to come up and see us and all that, man. And I think she was kind of like, alright, mate. Just answering my calls to be polite. Then one day the coppers turned up at her house because let's just say I said something on the phone to her that I shouldn't have. And the screws for the jail went out to the Falkirk Stadium after they'd been taken away, and they found a bag with a mobile phone, cling film, and a tub of Vaseline in it. That's all I'm going to say in that matter. But the screws came back to the jail and he says, you out this hall. I was still in the top end hall at this point. This is after I'd been taken off the work party kit. I was in the top end hall. They're like, nah, you're out. Because I'd been phoning this lassie for the jail and she was doing shit to herself and all that on the phone. But because of the allegations made against me, they were listening to my phone calls, every single one. So there was a screw on the other end of the phone hearing this lassie fucking playing with herself and all that shit. Obviously, I didn't know, but I should have used my head. But I said something to her about me having a stash. I said, you're not tall enough to find my stash. As a joke, and it was fucking a mad fucking daft thing to say. And the screws turned up a few days later, with this bag that was my stash, allegedly. And I had such items in it. So she got a visit for the police, obviously, in regards to this allegation. But nothing ever came of it, but she was like, right. She's obviously started talking to this guy for the jail. He's been taking off this work party. He's phoning her for the jail. Now the coppers are turning up. So she must have been like, what the fuck, mate? So see that was like the last 6 months of my sentence. So that was fucking brutal because my head was outside. And see, after being in, like, you get your sentence. When I got my sentence, I'd done 5 months in remand. I ended up getting like 100 days consec for being mad with it and stealing a screwdriver out of a motor. I done stupid shit, right? So all in, I had to serve 3 years, 2 months. So it was 2 years, 7 months I had today the minute I get sentenced. So at that point, it was like July 2010, I get sentenced. And my lib date eventually became March 2013, about 2 weeks later. So, but in 2010, when somebody's saying you're out in 2013, that doesn't seem real. That seems like the future. It's like the new 2023. It's like talk about something in 2026. You can't really fathom it because it's the future. It's that far ahead. So it was hard to kind of comprehend. So when I got to my last 6 months, you know what I mean? My sentence had always had a year, some form of years attached to it. So when I got down just to the months, when I was down to 6 months, I was like, I'm out soon. I was telling cunts, I was getting all my shit about all my snake peels and all that. I was like, fuck all this, I'm out soon. Fucking had 6 months left. So, at that point, obviously, that's when I had left and I had that bird in my mind, man. It just fucking dragged. And so I seriously don't envy cunts that have got birds that are in the jail, man. Fucking wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me back in the jail. Know what I mean? Because I've identified that. I don't want to be back in the jail. It's a fucking mug's life. See, if you've never been in the jail and you're watching this, take it from me, it's a lot of shite. If you want to be a fucking gangster, the biggest gangsters don't get caught. Know what I mean? The jail's just full of cunts that get caught. Know what I mean? It doesn't mean fuck all. There's cunts you're in there way and you're like, what are you doing in here? People probably looked at me and thought that, know what I mean? And so did I. I looked at myself and thought, what the fuck are you doing in here, mate? But I don't think you get into jail and it's like, it's no the fucking 1980s where you go in, it's full of nutters and all that. It's fucking idiots, a lot of them. Majority of cunts are in for domestics, know what I mean? So you're like, know what I mean? Cunts don't tell you what they're in for half the time. So don't think it's like, I used to fucking think in my head it was like wearing a fucking pure badge on, you've been in the jail, you're fucking off, you're not this and that. If you'd been in the jail, you're a fucking nutter. I've done 5 years of my life, in total, in the jail. 5 years, no fucking 3 years to it. 5 full years of my life has been in the jail. And it's fuck all, it's a waste. I could have used that 5 year productively. Don't get me wrong, I take a lot of positives for it. And how I learned the guitar. I stole that guitar, I've got out of the jail. I've met some people. Obviously I developed discipline, that got a passion for the gym, but I could have done that outside. I didn't need to get the jail for that to happen. Don't get me wrong, I did take that for the experience, but that, you know what I mean? It's like the jail wasn't essential for that experience. I could have gained that elsewhere in a much better fashion. So if you're watching this thinking the jail's a great place to be, it's fucking shite, man. Ask any cunt that's been in, and if any cunt is, you need to be fucking out your box, man. See, the jail's only good for cunts that are out here homeless, or that cunts they're fucking come back to nothing because it's a roof over their head. And don't get me wrong, there is better alternatives, but I can understand why somebody might be like that. Like, I'm going back to sleep under a bridge tonight, like begging in a sleeping bag. If I was in that position, mate, I'd probably get back. Touch wood, I never end up in that position. I pray, man, because it's just a fucked up fucking vibe. But they really need to start treating people with drug addictions, man. They need to start taking that for what it is and stop. They're trying to put a band-aid on this problem that's not going to work. You know what I mean? Jailing cunts with drug addictions and shit like that. If you've got an addiction, see when you actually understand it, and that's the thing, you'll not understand addiction unless you've actually got one and you go through like recovery to understand the science behind it. And because it is science behind it. As a fucking doctor was one of the fucking people that started AA. You know what I mean? Dr. Bob. So there's actual medical terminology attached to it. And that, but you'll never know that because it's not out in the public forum. So it's like, so that's what the jail. See, if you go into the jail now, I went in 2021 and it's just changed so much for the worse. It's not getting any better. I've been in 3 periods, 2010 to 2013, 2015 to 2016 and 2021. And since the first time been in, it has changed dramatically. Cunts are just full of spice, fried, the screws are heavy lying down the law, they're using all this COVID shit, man, it's fucked. That's my alarm. That's my shut up and stop talking about the jail alarm going. But it's fucked, it's not a nice place to be, so fucking do not go in there, woo! But I hope you take something for this podcast. I hope I've managed to accompany you on this fine Sunday with some stories for my fucking holiday in the HMP. But stay out of jail, man. Just fucking find a passion, find something that you enjoy, that you're half good at, something that you can bear doing every day without seeking reward for it. No, I mean, let the reward be like an emotion rather than monetary. And don't get me wrong, if you can make money off it, go knock yourself out, but don't think you're not making money off it. It's no beneficial. If you enjoy it, fuck what anyone else thinks. This isn't anybody else's journey but yours. So find a passion, man. Don't know what a passion is, don't know what your passion is. Try something. Just because you start something doesn't need to be that's the thing you stick at. If you start something, go, that's a lot of shit, this isn't for me, try something else. Keep trying, and then that is what is called life. A catalogue of experiences. You've tried it. Then you're not going to look back and be like, I wish I tried that. You can say, I tried it and it wasn't for me. For instance, stand-up comedy. I tried stand-up comedy. It wasn't for me. I'm glad I done it. I've not got that what if because I've been there. Personally, don't get me wrong, it's good if a crowd laughs and that, but I wasn't getting the same feeling as I did like doing my music or anything else. I wasn't getting that fit. Don't get me wrong, I like doing sketches and that kind of thing, but that's another thing. We're actually doing like stand-up routines in front of a crowd. Not really my gig. Nah. Don't get me wrong, like in between fucking like doing songs and shit like that, I'll sit and hit out with a bit of pattern in that band. That's not like fucking structured or rehearsed, which is often why it's a hit and miss, but I don't think about it that much, and that's what you find, man. You don't need to overthink everything. Just don't overthink it, man. That's when it comes down to creativity. Fucking greatness can't be overthought. It just comes. Let it come, man. Whatever feels natural, you'll know. Your spirit will tell you. Your soul will let you know. My soul's letting me know that my time is up. For now. But keep your eyes peeled in the channel. Big things are coming from my way. It's only January and I am absolutely sprinting. Boo! I'm like a fucking road runner. So, I'm about to run. But anyway, people, stay safe. Have a blessed Sunday. Like, subscribe, and don't get wide. Catches!